Hey guys, and welcome to Vlogtober Day 10. I'm having such a great hair day. I'm just loving it today. It's so soft and everything. We love that. Let's talk about the plans for the day. So I am not wearing makeup because I am not filming today. It is Indigenous Peoples Day, so shout out to you if you are an Indigenous person. Oh, too many S's there. And shout out to my ancestors. I do have confirmed by DNA test Native American, that's what it is on their ancestry, from the Cherokee and Powhatan. So yeah, and not saying I identify as that. I do identify as white, just to let y'all know, but I do honor all my ancestors, rather they be whatever race, whatever ethnicity they are. But that being said, the mail did not come today, so I did not get my dress that I had planned to wear in my video this week and planned to wear on the photos I'm taking. I have the shirt, but not the dress, because I'm doing a shirt on top of the dress. And the mail has been so bad lately, which today there obviously is an excuse, like it is a federal holiday, so the government doesn't work today, and the US Postal Service is the government. But I was supposed to get a package on Saturday of peppermint spray that keeps out mice, roaches, you name it. It's a pest spray, and it is just an all-natural one, and therefore the ones that I buy are safe for pets. So I was just restocking on that, and it was supposed to get here Saturday, didn't come. Amazon does come on Sundays, and it did not come. And then y'all know that book that it was supposed to be delivered the day of the hurricane, so I understand it not coming the day of the hurricane, but then it's been over a week now and still hasn't showed up. It's just, yeah, things are not going well. And then things that I have shipped out, obviously I know they're not going to get delivered today, but it was supposed to get delivered on Saturday, but it hasn't been updated. And I'm so scared that this person's not going to get their package just because of how bad it's been. And that is in Portland. That's 3,000 miles away from me. So it's not just my little area. It seems to be the whole country having issues with that. But I mean, a lot of things are having issues, not just mail, but we're not getting into that. So I'm not filming today because I do not have my outfit. So hopefully I will have it tomorrow. And I might go buy pumpkins tomorrow, maybe. Which I'll be sad that it won't be in a vlog, but it's okay. But we are about to start a new book, as it is a little after 3. And we're going to be doing the audiobook. If you saw yesterday's vlog, I talked about that. But the book is She Has Her Mother's Laugh, The Powers, Perversions, and Potential of Heredity by Carl Zimmer. This is one of my nonfiction picks for my 5-star prediction. I'm seeing where he went to university, which I'm not seeing, but it says he teaches science writing at Yale University, which is pretty impressive. So She Has Her Mother's Laugh illuminates a historic transformation in our understanding of precisely what we received from our parents and ancestors, and how we can steer the future of heredity in powerful ways almost unimaginable just a generation ago. And let's see how long this book actually is. So we had the bibliography in the back, notes, all of that. So that all doesn't count because I'm not sitting there reading that saying, oh, this came from Paulson in 1957. Then we have, I went back. Then we had the glossary, which I probably will be going back to, but a lot of these words I am familiar with just from having high school biology. So it's 574 pages in total, and if a book is over 500 pages, I do the audiobook for it. And personally for nonfiction, I do the audiobook anyway. So I'm going to be listening to this on Audible, not sponsored or anything, but Spotify does have an option now to buy audiobooks on there. I know a ton of people have Spotify, but not like the common person has Spotify, when not as many have Audible. So I do recommend maybe checking out Spotify if you want to get some audiobooks to listen to. I think there are some free ones. Usually classics are free because if something is a certain amount of years old. And yeah, so you can, if you want to read classics, but we're not reading a classic today. So I'm going to start this. It is a 5-star prediction, so I don't have any set page that I want to get to or anything. I do need to get a bookmark out because I don't have a bookmark yet, but it has been 5 minutes and I have been rambling, so I am going to shut up and catch up with y'all later. All right, updating time. So I read 107 pages in here, which is 3 chapters, and again, I am doing the audiobook for this. I followed along for the first chapter and the prologue, and the first chapter, it was really about like where heredity, not saying that right, where that came from, how it started in like it came from Latin, then went to French and other languages, but how back then it meant the heir. So, you know, like in royal families, whatever, and a lot of talk of the Habsburg jaw. It was actually their upper, I don't know, it's upper jaw, I don't know. That was smaller, and that's why it made it look like that. And just went into all of that. I always find Habsburgs really interesting. Then the second one, The Overstory by Richard Powers, I read earlier this year as another 5-star prediction, and it did not live up to that, but it talked about similar themes of using plants and the genetics of plants. Using the genetics of plants, and with Mendel and all that, we had mentions of Charles Darwin, because there were talks of genetics in animals, like sheep wool, and I had learned about a lot of that before back in like middle school and high school. The third one is, again, something in American history that I have never learned about that I think is important to learn about. So the name of the chapter is literally This Race Should End With Them. This was in the 1800s and 1900s. Feeble-minded people, quotes there, were put, you know, into schools and sterilized a lot of the time. And because they were like feeble-minded people, will become criminals and all that. I don't like using that term, so that's why I'm like hesitating. So a lot of these people were people with Down syndrome, or maybe people with learning disabilities, because some of these people were so shocked when they would meet them and be like, what's wrong with them? And obviously today, a lot of these people, they live completely normal lives, working normal jobs. Like, no, because they have a disability does not make them go out on the street to be a criminal. But obviously we have to think at the time as well, there weren't enough resources for like therapies and that kind of thing, that maybe that I think how people become criminals and all is mental. It's lack of love a lot of times, that kind of thing. And I think in that time, and I think still, people will be, the parents may resent the kid because they weren't perfect, and that causes obviously a lot of mental issues. We're not going to get all into that because that's like irrelevant. That's not what the chapter was about, but there is a lot of saying these people are white people would marry black people and that's bad, and that was one of the instances. And then there was a lot of xenophobic comments saying that people coming from Southern Europe immigrating to America had their minds were worse than the people who were already here. And a lot of this, Hitler, when he was in prison, read the book written about this school. Hitler read that book and it inspired him a lot, and then he wrote Mein Kampf or whatever after that. And obviously we know what Hitler did, sterilizing, killing, torturing people who were had disabilities, and even race and all sorts of things. How just some of these experiments, or I wouldn't even say experiments, but how these institutions in America inspired Nazi Germany. Very fascinating there. So as I said, I've already read over 100 pages, but there's still a lot of day left. So I will be getting into this at 9. I did want to tell y'all a little bit about House of the Dragon, because last week I totally forgot to tell y'all my thoughts. But this episode, in my opinion, was the best one yet. The score, I say every week, Raman Dajawadi. Love him. His music is incredible. This episode gave me really big Shakespeare vibes. I don't know why. When I said that, somebody replied on Reddit saying it gave them King Lear vibes. Now, I have not read King Lear, but I do, like, you know the general synopsis. I do agree with that statement that there were King Lear vibes, and just, it was so good. One death scene made my jaw drop, no pun intended. Like, I was shocked. But yes, I did. I really liked the episode, and there's a lot to come in the next two, right? There's my update. I am really hungry, so I'm gonna go eat, and I will catch up with y'all later. I ended up reading 25 pages in here, which was 9%. So that puts me at 132 total pages on the day. No new thoughts with this because we are so far into it. Since I read so many pages, I'm not going to be picking this up today. And I am going to go take a bath. Y'all will see whichever bath bomb I end up using. I'm not sure. I know it's not going to be the pumpkin one, so it's going to be the ghost, or I don't remember what my other one I got was, but I remember I got 3 this month. Yeah. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you made it all the way through, leave a bathtub emoji in the comments. And as always, comment, rate, and subscribe, and don't forget to ring that notification bell to be notified when all my videos go live. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!